I'd lived in Maple Grove, a suburban enclave with manicured lawns and overzealous HOA rules, for 3 years. My house was a standard split level, but the garage was my domain. As a civilian weapons tester for a defense contractor, I used it as a workshop, outfitted with reinforced walls, a biometric lock, and a secure vault for prototypes. My job involved evaluating experimental non-lethal devices, stun batons, sonic deterrents, flashbangs for law enforcement and military use. Everything was legal, licensed, and tightly controlled under federal regulations. The HOA, led by Karen, had no idea. Karen, the HOA president, was a 50-something busybody with a perm and a penchant for power. She'd fine you for a crooked mailbox or a stray leaf on your driveway. Her Community Enhancement Committee was her personal army, sniffing out violations. I kept my head down, paid dues on time, and never mentioned my work. My garage looked ordinary from the outsides, save for the heavy-duty lock, which I figured was my business. Trouble brewed in September. I was away for a week, testing a new pepper spray drone in Nevada. My neighbor Mike, a retired cop who knew about my job, texted me, "HOA's been poking around your place. Saw Karen with a locksmith at your garage." I checked my security app, cameras inside and out, motion triggered. Sure enough, footage showed Karen, two committee members, and a locksmith breaking in at 10 a.m. They'd cut the chain on my side door and wheeled in HOA junk, folding tables, holiday decorations, a busted lawnmower. They left my vault alone, probably thinking it was a tool chest, but their cart scuffed my workbench and knocked over a crate of test gear. I called my boss, Colonel Hayes, who doubled as my point of contact for the Department of Defense. "That's a federal contractor's workspace," he said. "They're in deep shit." He advised me to secure the scene and contact local law enforcement. I flew home that night, fuming. My garage wasn't just a storage unit. It was a controlled environment for sensitive equipment. Karen's stunt could have compromised my contract. At dawn, I surveyed the damage. The HOA's junk was still there, stacked sloppily against my prototype shelves. My cameras caught every move, including Karen saying, "He's never here. We'll just borrow the space." I called the sheriff's office. Deputy Alvarez, who'd taken one of my self-defense classes, arrived with a partner. I showed them the footage and explained my work, flashing my contractor ID. Alvarez whistled. They picked the wrong garage. We drove to Karen's house, a faux Tuscan monstrosity with a fountain out front. She answered in a tracksuit, smirking until she saw Alvarez's badge. "What's this about?" "You broke into my garage," I said. "Stored your HOA crap in my workspace. That's burglary." Her face paled. "We needed storage. Your garage was empty. It's a community resource." Alvarez cut her off. "It's private property. You cut a lock and entered without consent. That's a crime." He asked to see the equipment. We returned to my place, where I opened the vault for Alvarez, showing him the prototypes, labeled, serialized, and locked in foam cases. Karen, now sweating, tried to backpedal. "We didn't touch anything important." "You didn't have permission to be there," Alvarez said. He took statements from her and the committee members, who'd shown up looking sheepish. The locksmith, hired off Craigslist, spilled everything. Karen paid him $200 to open a stuck door. Alvarez arrested Karen for burglary and trespassing, citing the others as accomplices. They were released on bail, but the HOA was in chaos. I called Hayes again, who looped in the DOD's legal team. They sent a cease and desist to the HOA, warning that unauthorized access to a contractor's workspace violated federal security protocols. The board, terrified of a lawsuit, held an emergency meeting. I attended, playing the footage for 50 neighbors. Mike backed me up, vouching for my character. Karen's allies squirmed as I detailed the risks. Tampering could have triggered a prototype, like the sonic emitter I'd been calibrating, which could shatter eardrums at close range. The board voted 7-2 to remove Karen as president. They paid for a new lock, repairs to my workbench, and a $5,000 settlement to avoid federal scrutiny. The HOA's junk was hauled out by volunteers, who apologized profusely. Karen and her crew faced misdemeanor charges. She pled guilty to trespassing, getting 80 hours of community service. Her reputation tanked. Nobody trusted her after the garage heist hit the neighborhood Facebook group. I upgraded my security, new cameras, a steel door, and a signed federal contractor. No unauthorized access. The prototype stayed safe, and my contract wasn't jeoparded about the break-in. Maple Grove's quieter now. The new HOA president, a chill accountant named Lisa, scrapped the enhancement committee. Mike keeps an eye out when I'm gone, and I gave him a stun baton as thanks. Karen avoids me, her fountain now dry, her house for sale. If another HOA tries me, they'll learn fast. My garage isn't just a workshop, it's a fortress.